computers for $480. And HP is coming out with their line of SMBs later this summer that starts at $250. I don't even know what to say about that. So right there, I'm telling you, we're getting to that disposable computer market to where you can get computers, I mean, very cheap, you know, and good computers, usable computers, and now touch computers, very cheap. So this is an exciting time to be a part of the tech world. I'm telling you, man, if you're someone who was looking around and you're looking for technology and you're saying, oh man, you know, I wanted to get in that, well, it's never too late. But right now we're going to take a break, and coming up after the break, we have a product that's made for those of you out there that are hardcore. I'm not going to say no more right now, but if you're hardcore, you're someone that I need a product that's going to suit my hardcore needs and my hardcore abilities, come right back here on Tech Pulse. If you got that man in your life that's always busting stuff up, you need a hardcore product, you're going to get it right here on Tech Pulse right after the break.
ShockwaveSound.com. ShockwaveSound.com. Preview. ShockwaveSound.com. Preview.
And we are back. Right at the end of that song, you know, y'all saying, man, how did that guy do it? He came back right when that song was over. See, that's how we do it, man. We're not playing around here on Tech Pulse. Now, as promised, because you know, I'm not just going to say stuff and not deliver. As promised, we have a product. If you have someone that's just hardcore, right? Someone that's just elite in their toughness. Someone that you're saying, man, I want to buy this guy a tablet, you know, but he just rough. He's just gonna break this thing. Introduce the Panasonic Toughbook H2 tablet. Now this thing is hardcore, and if I'm saying it's hardcore, everybody knows I'm known worldwide as the ultra hardcore leader. So if I'm telling you this thing is hardcore, you could put the rent money on that. You know what I'm saying? And the rent money is something you don't want to mess with. So if you could put the rent money on that, you know it got to be legit. The Panasonic Toughbook H2. If you're looking for something, you work in like construction, or you're someone, an outdoors person, and your devices constantly take a beating, you need this rugged device that will last no matter what. And according to HP, listen to me, HP, Panasonic, the Panasonic Toughbook H2 is just that. This thing got an update, and when you look at this, you know this thing is sturdy, man. The tablet will now run on Intel's Core i5-3227U processor, clocked at 2.8 gigahertz. They also upgraded the storage from 320 gigabytes to a massive 500 gigabytes. So you got all of that space, and gave the casing an upgrade to the MIL STD 810G1 titanium backing, which means that the tablet should be able to survive a drop from up to 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? 6 feet this thing can survive, not 2 feet. You know, it's in your hand right there to the floor and you drop it and oh man, I hope it survives. Nah, this thing from a 6 foot drop, you could put this thing over your head, drop it, and it will still function. And this tablet is also weatherproof, so waterproof, snowproof, mudproof. You know, the battery life has also been increased. This thing can last 7 hours. So let me just go ahead and show you a picture of Panasonic's Toughbook. Now, Panasonic had a Toughbook line out before. This is not they're not new to the Toughbook line. But this in a tablet form, this thing is rugged, hardcore. And if you're someone like me that's just hardcore, you always got to do things hard. You know what I'm saying? That right there, look at that. It got a nice little built-in handle right here. This is the screen, you know, I mean, this thing, the buttons here on the side, this thing is weatherproof, man. You cannot damage this thing unless an elephant sits on it. And, you know, if that happens, then you probably squashed as well. So none of it matters anymore. But at this point, this is what we call the Toughbook from Panasonic. Now, the only bad thing, the only negative we can find here with this Toughbook is the price. The price is going to be, with that increased 7-hour battery life and the casing that has been upgraded, we're talking a price of $3,349. You know what I'm saying? $3,000, which, I mean, that is pretty expensive as far as tablets, or even, forget about tablets, computers. You know, as far as computers, that is expensive. But if you want something that's going to last, short of just throwing this thing in the ocean, you know what I'm saying, and seeing what happens, I mean, this is going to work for those people that are just rugged on their electronics. I mean, if you're someone like in the construction industry, or you're someone that's always on the go and you're always dropping stuff, it's worth the price if you're constantly having to buy new tablets or new computers because you're always dropping them. You know, if you're someone that's careful with your stuff, then no. But if you're someone who's out there, you hike a lot, you're in the construction industry, you're looking for something that's rugged, you're looking for something to buy for your husband or your brother or whoever that's just always breaking stuff. So by the time you add up all the machines they broke, that's $5,000-$6,000. Then this right here, you need to look no further. Look no further than the Panasonic Toughbook, because this thing is coming at you hard, but it's also coming at you not cheap. So if you're someone who has the bucks, you're someone who has that money to drop, and you want a good tablet, I'm telling you, man, this thing is top notch. This is not a bad tablet. This is not a bad computer tablet, but it's something that, you know, obviously you can't just run out and buy just like that.
Not with lunch money.
Not with that, not with the lunch money. Now, speaking of tablets, the BlackBerry, anybody remember that? The BlackBerry Playbook? Anybody remember that? The BlackBerry Playbook, an update, BlackBerry 10. The Playbook BlackBerry 10 update is coming for the Playbook. So if you're someone that's like, man, you know, I remember the BlackBerry Playbook. I remember that back in the day. That thing came out a while ago. I remember that. Well, BlackBerry Playbook, BlackBerry 10. The rumor is that an update is coming in the next few weeks. Now, BlackBerry, they have yet to officially announce when the BlackBerry Playbook, BlackBerry 10 update will be released, but it looks like it could be released within the next few weeks, according to reports. news comes from the official BlackBerry Mexico Twitter account, who posted the following message on Twitter regarding the release schedule of the BlackBerry 10 for the playbook. They said that in the next few weeks, according to their tweet, in the next few weeks, the OS 10 update for the playbook will be out. Please be on alert. The tweet has now been removed from Twitter. As soon as we hear more details on that, on when exactly it's going to launch and stuff like that, we're going to let you know. But for the few of you out there that happen to have a playbook dusting somewhere, or you're like, man, I would like to use this thing, but it's just not updated enough. Well, rest assured, according to that rumor, that the playbook is coming. Well, the playbook is here, but the update is coming in the next few weeks. Now, here's another story that is just, you wonder if this is a Me Too situation, but Lenovo, according to reports, Lenovo is looking to get into the cell phone market. According to these reports, and so many cell phones are out there right now, and everyone seems to see the success of Samsung, how Samsung rose from the ashes and just blew everybody away. HTC made money, Nokia made money in the cell phone market. Of course, iPhone has been popular in the cell phone market for many years, and now Lenovo CEO talks of plans for a US launch of a smartphone, they're saying, in the next 12 months. Now, according to Digital Trends, they're saying that according to the people at Lenovo, they said smartphones are our new opportunity. He said, adding he feels that it's important for the public company to always look at new ways to encourage growth. And Lenovo may be best known for its laptops outside of China and stuff like that, but it's recently become the second largest smartphone manufacturer in the country of China, a position which prompted one of the CEOs to consider further international expansion. In 2011, analysis at the IDC put Lenovo's share of the Chinese smartphone market at just over 4%, but come to the end of 2012, the figure has risen to 11%, and the company is now second to only Samsung in the country for cell phone manufacturing. Now, Lenovo already sells its phones in important emerging markets such as like India and Indonesia. That's why you never heard of it. But now they're looking to become a cell phone maker in the US as well. Now, they have this, they launched something at CES earlier this year called the Lenovo K900, which recently went on sale in China following the launch in CES earlier this year. And it's an example of the hardware which the company could use to spearhead the US campaign of their debut here in the US. Now, is this a good thing for Lenovo? Is this something that Lenovo really needs to do as far as coming to the cell phone market? Well, just because, and here's the thing, just because now companies like China, like Japan and all that stuff, they're no strangers to cell phones and stuff like that. They're no strangers to stuff like that because, they're a technology-based country. But in the US, I don't know if the US can really support yet another Android cell phone. There's so many out there, and I don't know what Lenovo is going to bring to the table in this. Just because it's successful in China doesn't mean it's going to be successful here. So you can't just take it and say, well, hey, we had a big hit in China. We're big in India and Indonesia. Well, yeah, because maybe their options are low. But here in the US, where you have so many, and when I say so many, I mean so many cell phones, so many Android phones, and now Nokia and HTC with their Windows phones, as well as Android phones, and now Google, they're coming out with these Google-only phones and stuff like that. I'm telling you, there's so many